Hello, my darlings. Thank you for joining me for another Fanfics and Chill. If you haven't been here before, we do what we say on the tin, basically. I write fanfics. Usually I have people with me. They are linked in the description box down below. But as this is AuthorTube Virtual Retreat Weekend, everyone's quite busy. So I am soloing it today. Usually it's kind of just a chatty stream. We pretend to work, pretend to write our fanfic. Very often we are drunk shopping or taking personality quizzes or doing other such strange things. We do, yeah, chatting and such. And hang on, I'm talking at myself. No, don't. No, shush. Be quiet. I don't need you in my ears. There we go. That's better. So what was I saying? I can't remember. During November, we did sprints during Fanfics and Chill so that people could get words in. I'm considering doing that today again, even though it is no longer November. But as I'm hosting solo, we might do some sprints. So that's a thing. Usually for the stream, we use our fanfic names. So I am BDE Blue Eyes, and I write Yu-Gi-Oh fanfiction. Because and that's pretty much how it works. Hang on, that's not what I wanted to do. So I can't remember what I'm doing. Right. Let me get rid of that because otherwise I'm going to distract myself. So seeing as there is no one around, we'll probably make this a short one. I'm going to say we'll do 2 sprints, probably, unless someone shows up who wants to join me. And it would help if Chrome would stop freezing on me. So let's do this. And we're just going to go for it. So first sprint, 20 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, that was our first sprint. Let me know what you're working on and also how you did. So I spent some time on social media because I didn't publicize this before I went live. So that's a thing. Sorry. And then I doom scrolled Tumblr for a little bit, and then I wrote 1.5 paragraphs. So that's a thing. And as for what I'm working on, I am working on Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction, as always. I am... The story I'm currently writing basically is the main characters are all in their 30s, 20s for Mokuba. Mokuba is now married and has a child and no longer lives with Seto. And they have a weekly video call where Mokuba relentlessly bullies Seto for the fact that he has become so insular. I mean, he's always been insular, but more so since Mokuba moved out. And basically, Mokuba bullies Seto into taking the weekend off and going to a bar and trying to meet people, which he does. He ends up at a dive bar in the warehouse district, where on Fridays and Saturdays it's kind of like a grungy, punky place. And there is a band playing called Scapegoat. And Seto is not watching the stage. He is happily drinking and reading. And the singer's voice does things to him. And he ends up obsessing over the singer's voice and tries to get information about the singer out of the bartender, who says she doesn't know anything, other than the fact that the singer does a solo set on Wednesday nights. So I am now on Wednesday night, where Seto has come back to the bar, and things are happening. It's... Yes, that was a very appropriate response, phone. Thank you very much. So that's what I'm working on. My coffee is cold now, but it's okay because I drink it black, so at least it's not like... Bleh. Right. So that was me saying that that we would be live in a bit. Cliff Tenifer is here. Hello, Cliff Tenifer. I have done some deep cleaning of my kitchen, my happy place, and made sugar cookies. I would like some sugar cookies, please. Bailey and Charlie are sleeping, so I'm enjoying the quiet. I'll probably just sit on the couch and read until I feel tired, but I'll be here for the chill part of the video, as fanfic isn't something that is capturing my attention tonight. Fair enough. How are you? I'm well. I had a lovely day yesterday, and things seem to be going all right today. I don't have too much on my plate, although I do have quite a bit of audio editing that I still need to do, and I still need to film and edit tomorrow's video. But that shouldn't be an issue. How are you? And Bonnie is here. Hello, Bonnie, my darling. It's lovely to see you as always. Hello, Twitch person. Joker loves HQ43. Okay. Editing a nano project. Excellent. We love to hear it. Bonnie is playing Roblox. I have no idea what that is, but I hope that you enjoy it. Cliftina, you're so sweet. I don't know why I would look nice today. I've done literally nothing different. I am sitting here in the clothes that I wore out yesterday with my comfy green hoodie, and I have not makeup or anything. So I don't know why I would look particularly nice today, but thank you very much. Still not very good with time difference. You are 8 hours ahead of Central Time. Yes, I am currently 8 hours ahead of Central Time. Once the clocks go back, or not go back, once the clocks change again, I will be 7 hours ahead of Central. Yes. Sorry, you made me do math at 7:30 on a Saturday morning. I'm not sure what you're loving, but I'm loving you. So, and Amber, hello, Amber. How's your hand? Let me know. Also, I'm really sorry that that happened during my stream. I hope you're feeling better. Amber is reading and editing a book for a friend. Excellent. We love to hear it. Enthralled. The only word I have for my feelings for this. I'm interested to see. Oh, this is about my fanfic setup. Okay. Well, hopefully, I will finish this fic today and get it up on AO3. If you want to read my stuff, I am BDE Blue Eyes on AO3. Not sure how they will hold up with intercontinental shipping, but it's worth a try. I'd love to send you some sugar cookies. No, please don't, because everything is sitting in quarantine that's coming through the South African Postal Service at the moment. So I will get it sometime in July. So please don't. But I appreciate the thought. And you're well. I'm glad to hear it. Just relaxing on the couch. Excellent. That is the best way to spend a Friday. Amber is listening to me with Christmas music and crackling fire going. Nice vibes together. I love that. I'm so happy that I just love you all so much. And I'm not drunk, I promise you. It's 7:30 in the morning. I am overcome with emotion today. Yes, you made me math. It's okay. Why am I alone on a Friday fanfic night? Probably because this is AuthorTube Virtual Retreat weekend, so everyone's really busy. Mercer is currently staying with his aunt, and apparently her internet connection is really cruddy, so he's not going to make the next couple of fanfics and chills. And I imagine everyone else is busy with the AuthorTube Virtual Retreat, or just needed to get an early night because of the AuthorTube Virtual Retreat, which obviously is not a problem for me because it's already Saturday. So yes, that is why I am alone. If anyone would like to join me on screen, that's a thing. I can send a link. The Mokuba storyline, the Seto getting out and being social, the entire fanfic as a whole. I know. I'm struggling a little bit because I tend to prefer to write Joey. Sorry, just hold on 1 sec. Sorry about that. Uh, yes, I tend to prefer to write Joey because I identify more with Joey. Seto is kind of ridiculous. Um, Not kind of. I mean, the man is straight up ridiculous. But yes. Anyway, don't be sorry you helped calm me down. I love you, and I really hope that you are feeling better soon. Yes, they'll be just dandy in July. Yeah. Um, I mean, so this book Hannah sent to me from the UK. She shipped it in August, and she paid for 1 week shipping. Um, and I got it at the end of October because it no, I got it the first week of November because it came just after my birthday. BDE Blue Eyes. I will put it in the chat. And there we go. Hearts. Okay, we are going to do a second sprint because I need to take care of some things here. But when we get back from the sprint, we will decide whether we are going to sprint some more or just chat. And while the sprint is going, I will figure out what our second question is because I hadn't thought that far. Excuse you, StreamYard. What are you doing? Right. 20 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, that was our second sprint. And the question that I came up with, so original, who is your OTP and what fandom or franchise are they from? So don't forget to tell me how you did in that sprint. If you did anything, rest is productive as well. Self-care is important. And then also let me know who your OTP is. I don't know if we're going to do a third sprint, but I'm setting that up for in case we decide to. Also, I realize that you are no longer in the chat because this happened like almost 50 minutes ago. But thank you, Core, and thank you, Joker, for the follows on Twitch. I really appreciate it. I didn't get the notification until the email came through, which only happened after I had started that sprint. I think the problem is I'm using StreamYard to stream to Twitch. At the end of the month, I am going to be switching over to Streamlabs, and then I will hopefully get Twitch notifications a bit better. So, yes, that is a thing. Heather, can't believe I'm awake, but I had meant to come in earlier to give the stream a like when I saw you were about to go live. Thank you so much, Heather. I also cannot believe that you are awake. It's lovely to see you, as always, but please do get some rest. It is important. Okay, so how did I do? I wrote a page, about a page and a half. So the bartender got involved, and basically Seto was sitting at the bar having an existential crisis over the fact that he felt there was something familiar in the singer's voice, but couldn't figure out what. And he was fighting with himself over whether to turn and look at the singer, or to just leave him as a voice in Seto's imagination. And eventually the bartender steps in. So she's just done that and literally turns him to look at the stage, because he's been sitting at the bar through the singer's entire set going, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? And the bartender has basically had enough. So he has just been spun around to face the stage and realized that he has longer hair now, and he doesn't have an accent when he sings, but Jinzo is Joey. So, dun, 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 things are happening. And that also answers question 2 for me. Who is your OTP? It's got to be Seto and Joey. What more could a person want? Right, Cliff Tinifer was fooling around on Meadow and Amber's stream, got nothing at all done. That's totally fine. Stream hopping is a thing. I will hop over into that stream if they are still streaming and say hi, but apparently I exited out of YouTube without doing that because I'm smart. My coffee has not yet kicked in. Of course I am. I usually am, Heather. Good night and sleep well. Seto is a walking existential crisis. I mean, let's just be real. Sorry, let me just send this message. Okay, message sent. Right, yes. Well, I mean, Jennifer, you did say that you were having a relaxing night, so then it makes sense that that you are not sprinting but chilling, which is totally fine. Oh my god, is it Joey? Oh my god, it's Joey. Of course it's Joey. Who else would it be? I know that pride shipping and rival shipping are big things as well in the fandom. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Because for me, either Yugi and Yami belong together, or Yugi and Bakura belong together. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Amber is supposed to be working. Well, I mean, chatting shit is productive too. I am a terrible influence. Don't really have a fandom thing show-wise, but I do like certain characters I will fandom over. Fair enough. Let me know who your picks are. Let me know. Folks, do we want to do another sprint? Do we want to just chat? Or do we want to end the stream? I mean, I have the morning booked out for like another 4 hours. So I could potentially stream that long or even longer. But as I don't have a co-host or co-hosts today, let me know. What do we want to do? Also, my arm is having a fit, so excuse me for a second while I beat the devil out of it, basically. There we go. Right. What was I going to make question 3? Daniel Goddard is great in just about everything. I don't know who that is. Oh, him. Right. I mean, fair. I would absolutely not kick him out of bed for eating crackers. Can stream hop and chat it for as long as you're here. I do have to wake up in 6-ish hours with the Todds, but I can nap with her tomorrow as well since I got so much done tonight. I mean, fair enough. So we'll just chat shit, I suppose. We will do another sprint because I would like to try and finish this story today, because I planned it to be a short fic. I am already at 26 pages, which I'm going to say probably comes out to about 4,000 words, which is where I imagined I would be ending it. But as I said, Seto has literally only just realized that Jinzo is Joey. So, whoopsie doodles. Because I like to try and get my short fics done, written and at least typed up in one day. And I've been working on this thing basically since the 18-hour relay, which was, what, 2 weeks ago? So, whoopsie doodles. No ending, I need to procrastinate. Okay. Y'all have spoken. I will listen. No ending. Amber is alone all day. Don't leave me alone with only a teenager. Okay. I love you. I am here for you. Beastmaster and To Kiss a Vampire. Cool. And yes, R.I.P. Amber. You have my deepest sympathies. If your teenager is anything like I was as a teenager, you have my very, very heartfelt sympathies. Good gravy, that is definitely a two-parter in the making. I mean, at least. I also... So, I'm writing my way into this story, if that makes any sense. Because as I'm writing, it's turning into something different than what I had planned. And basically, I think the first 10 pages that I wrote, I'm going to have to entirely rewrite. So that's a thing. But what I usually do with fanfic is I handwrite, and then as I type it up, I edit. So I will probably type it all up and then fudge things around a bit. So we'll see. I'm hoping to still be able to get it up this weekend, but dirty. But no, we'll see. I don't know. Hello, Key. I'm late, just not too late, I hope. No, you are not too late. Also, a writer is never late. They arrive precisely when they mean to. And oh, good Lord. Yes, warmest greetings, Key. It's a good strategy. So when I was in my early 20s, college age, basically, even though I didn't really go to college, basically I had 4 or 5 fan fiction stories that I was updating, or that I was working on, as well as 2 or 3 original stories, and I was basically updating at least one of them every day. And how I did it was by handwriting during the day, because we only had one computer in the house, which I shared with the rest of my 5-person family. So basically my computer time was, I think, sort of like 10:30, 11 p.m. to about 4 a.m. So I would do all my handwriting, write the stories during the day by hand, and then as soon as I got my computer time, type it up, give it a quick edit, and put it out. And that's how I managed to um, stay fairly active. I kept that up for about 2 years. Um, Unfortunately, I no longer have access to any of the stories that I wrote during that time because I wasn't using fanfiction.net. I wasn't using AO3 um, or any of the other reasonably well known fan fiction sites. I was writing on Quizilla, and Quizilla no longer exists. So, bummer for me. Anyway, um, yes, Cliftina, and I made that innuendo all by myself. There's no Sarko, there's no RP, there's no Jace. It was just me. Um, Amber says she's a good kid. I just don't feel like talking about horses and our ancestry right now, which is what she's all about right now. Fair enough. I get that. Key says, I meant to arrive earlier. I just got sidetracked by food. Food is incredibly important. And uh, self care is incredibly important. So I'm really glad that you got some food. Yes, hello to Key. Food is a viable excuse for literally any form of sidetracking, in my opinion. Absolutely. Listen to Cliftina. She has the answers. Um, so Key is also double dipping. That's awesome. Hello, Aphrodite, my darling. It's lovely to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry I missed your live stream. I managed to catch about 5 minutes of it. But congratulations. And I'm so proud of you. And you are just one of the most precious and most wholesome people on YouTube. And I love you so much. So, big hearts to you, Aphrodite. Um, yes, fangirl moment over. Um, Amber is greeting Aphrodite. Christina is greeting Aphrodite. And yes, uh, people saying hi. And yes, I got it up all by myself. Fist bump. Boom. Right. Okay. So I think we should do a third sprint quickly so that I can check in with Mr. Sage because he is supposed to be going into town to run errands this morning. And I want to check in with him before he goes. So let's do another sprint. Third sprint. Question 3 is who is or are your god tier waifus and or husbandos? So from whatever animated or 2D media that you consume, let me know who your best girl and best boy are. And it would help if I also added the timer to the stream, maybe just a little bit. So, third sprint, 20 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, that was the end of our third sprint. And I almost missed turning the timer off because I've been doing life stuff. As I said before the sprint, Mr. Sage is going into town to run errands. And I am responsible for making the shopping lists. Shush you. And making sure that there is money for the things on the shopping lists. And I should have done that yesterday, but I didn't. So I had to do that, and that basically took up the entire sprint. So that's what I did. Unfortunately, Joey and Seto are still in the same place that we left them at the end of the last sprint. Oopsie doopsies and whoopsie doodles. So let me go into the chat and see what's happening. Yes, Amber is so proud of me for being naughty all on my own. Yes. And Aphrodite is glad that I saw a bit of the stream. Excuse me. Aphrodite had to go. Thank you for stopping by, Aphrodite. We love you. And happy writing. Thank you very much. Cliftina says, oof, that's a rough one. They're all drawn so beautifully and written in a way that makes it so hard to narrow down to just one or two. Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan is definitely in the top 5. Fair enough. I have not watched Attack on Titan. It's on my never-ending to-watch list. But if I ever actually get there, Key says, the hero in my current project, he's such a cream puff, but seriously kick-ass. Please as can be that his new honey can dump him on his ass and outthink him. Yeah. Very cool. So Christina says that was for the male category. Female, I'll have to give to Nurse Joy every time, though I do some for all the characters on AOT regardless, besides Aaron, because he's a whiny brat and that just doesn't do it for Christina. Fair enough. Ryuk from Death Note. Everything about Ryuk is so strange, and that is appealing to me. I could go on. Honestly, anime characters are like potato chips. Can't just have one and call it a day. I mean, fair. And don't get me started on Final Fantasy characters, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Amber says, since I write gods, I should be liking Greeks, but I like the research I'm doing on Armenian gods. Very interesting. That is something I'm going to have to look into now because that sounds fantastic. And Christina also has a never-ending to-watch list. So it's so difficult to come up with a definitive list of god-tier waifus and husbandos. Kaiba, obviously. Kyoya from Ouran. Also, Mori Senpai from Ouran. I like the skinny nerds, apparently. Oh, this is honestly like the worst, the actual worst. But Takumi from Nana, and also Ren from Nana, and also Nana from Nana. Yeah. I'm going to say that my current S tier husbando is Tora from Midnight Poppy Land, because waifus, I don't know. And Seiji Yamasawa from Whisper of the Heart, because we love a cinnamon roll. I think the big problem that I'm having with waifus is all of the animes I watch tend to not have many females in them. And the ones that are just kind of token vagina. So I'm going to say waifus, nobody from any animes that I can think of off the top of my head, but why has her name gone right out of my head? The main chickie in Muted, and Maud from Exception, and Poppy from Midnight Poppy Land, and Gwen from Cursed Princess Club. So, yes. That's a thing. Right, let's see what the chat is saying. Oh, I completely forgot about Final Fantasy, Tifa. And I'm sorry, Cloud and Sephiroth. Crazy whitehead boys. I mean, what are we going to do? Yes. So Key is also intrigued by the Armenian gods. Amber will be introducing them a little in book 4 and hinted at in book 3. Excellent. Cliftinefer finds herself gravitating towards strong female characters. Yes. And males who have had trauma make them hard as a rock emotionally, but not in a toxic masculinity way. Like, they are squishy inside. Like Joey. I mean, Joey. The hardened exterior is mouthwatering. It is indeed. And phrasing. Yes, the hero in my latest is like that. Hard outside, squishy inside. Yes. StreamYard, could you not? I think you'd like Mikasa from AOT. She is a badass. She's pretty and all around a solid character. Yes. I had a thought, and as I tried to think the thought, it disappeared, because that's a thing that happens to me. especially because I probably need a second cup of coffee. He's a were-dragon. Okay, well, love me a dragon. You sound like you're describing me at key. Squall is where it's at for me. That big old sword can swing my way anytime. Christina! Phrasing! My God. I'm a hard and fierce shell and all emotional inside. Yes. And yes, phrasing boom. Yes. So when I was in the hospital, one of the therapists nicknamed me the Swan. Because I'm very like calm and peaceful on the outside, but underneath everything is like frantic panic. So they nicknamed me the Swan. And I mean, fair. So that's a thing. Folks, what do we want to do now? Do we want to chat? Do we want to sprint? We could potentially play Jackbox if anyone wants to do that, or attempt to play Jackbox. Let me know. Maybe something. I am in awe of all these people who are doing Vlogmas. Really. I don't know how anyone does it. There we go. Amber, you are Christina Fizz dream husbando. That's brilliant. Yes. Now, folks, I need you to work with me on this because it is too early in the morning for me to be making decisions. What things are we going to be doing? Let me know. I have too much going on to try Vlogmas, but I will try a little as I describe my characters and book coming out. Yeah. So I am struggling just to do weekly videos because I have so much going on. I cannot imagine recording and editing and uploading daily. Also, South African internet infrastructure kind of sucks. So if I did try to do something daily, well, it would probably end up not being daily because upload times and such. They say as they stream Monday through Saturday. That's the other thing. I'm streaming basically daily. So what would I even say in Vlogmas? Don't know. But I think tomorrow's video is going to be my nano project wrap up and a little bit about my new stream schedule and inviting people to let me know when they want to guest / co-host / whatever with me. 15 is down to just chat, but I know that you probably want to get a little further with the fanfic. Yes, I would like to. So sprint seems to be the logical option for productivity. Right, so maybe we should do a fourth and final sprint, and then if people still want to chat, we will chat after that. So let's do that. And apparently I cannot spell today, which is great. Also, I have to think of a question 4. So question 4, we're going to go with that one. Question 4, who was your first fictional crush, or at least the first fictional crush that you remember? And that can be in any media, animated or not, just not a real person. So let's do that. Fourth and final sprint. And then we'll move into the chatting. 20 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, that was our fourth and final sprint. So don't forget to let me know how you did, if you did anything at all. And if you didn't, that's okay too. And question 4, as a reminder, is who was your first fictional crush? I will get into the chat in just a second, because I know that Cliftinifer has answered. During that sprint, I made myself a second cup of coffee. Very strong and flavored with almond syrup. So that is delicious. I also heated up technically Mr. Sage's leftovers from yesterday to have as breakfast. It was delicious. And I wrote about 3/4 of a page. I think I've found a natural breaking point in the story, so I'm considering whether I should type up what I have already and post it, and then continue working on the rest of the story. I generally don't like to do that these days because retconning is a thing, and I don't want to retcon my stories. But I also feel like this is a short enough story that I shouldn't have to retcon anything. So we'll see. Where were we? Amber says, with my hand, I'll do good to keep up. You're like me. I'm working and streaming is about all there is to ever say. Honestly, I don't work outside the home. I am basically housebound. I'm kind of becoming a little bit agoraphobic, which is not a good thing. So I probably need to work on that. But I also don't know if it's just a case of I don't want to be out there where the virus is. So I don't know. Plan made, ready, break. Okay. I assume that is a sports ball thing. It sounds like a sports ball thing. Cliff Tinifer says, does Tim Curry, as every character he has ever played, count? Because I've been in love with him for as long as I can remember. I mean, absolutely. Tim Curry is bae. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. And animated overall, I'd probably say it's a tie between Link from Ocarina of Time or Squall once my hormones started kicking in. Fair enough. But as a younger person, I had a huge crush on Morris, I don't know, from Rocket Power. I don't know what that is. I did try to look it up, but I got distracted. Key says, Whitey the wood mouse. I was 4 years old and he was a lovely mouse in a story looking for a wife. That is so cute and so wholesome. That is so wholesome. Not so wholesome now. These days I play men in video games just so I can watch their ass for hours. I mean, fair. That is absolutely valid. And yes, Tim Curry is always bae. So before I give my answer, I want to say that this is a safe space. We don't kink shame. We don't anything shame, actually. So before you all start accusing me of being a furry, my first fictional crush that I remember was either Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Vinny from Biker Mice from Mars. At least cartoon-wise. The first character in a book that I remember crushing on was Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables. So, just please don't call me a furry. I mean, furries are cool. I'm just not a furry, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. So apparently when I was younger, my type was the kind of slacker, skater, adrenaline junkie daredevil type, which kind of makes sense. But now I like the intelligent, stoic, yes. Skinny nerds, tall, dark, and brooding. Yes. Thank you, Cliftina, for this is a safe space. You are seen, you are loved. And Biker Mice from Mars seems like a crush-worthy show in itself. I mean, it was pretty damn good. I believe they remade it not too long ago. I have not seen the remake. I'm slightly scared too. Because I'll be honest, I have not had the best experience with reboots from my childhood. So I'm slightly scared to watch the reboot. But Biker Mice from Mars was a most excellent show. And speaking of most excellent, Bill and Ted. I mean, Bill and Ted. Come on. Also, Keanu Reeves. Yum. So, yes. Yeah. If you are lurking, you don't need to lurk. Please get involved in the chat. We love you. This is a safe space, and while it may not be a wholesome space, it is a safe space. So stuff and things. Also, wow, my hair really needs a trim. Good grief. There's like, what is that? That's like 3 centimeters. Good grief. Our tastes always change, and we should never feel shamed for our tastes as we grow. Tall, dark, and brooding is also bae, no matter the package it comes in. Cliftina Fur, you are my heart. I love you so much. Bill and Ted, enough said. I mean, really. And yes, Keanu is still also bae. He always will be. He is such a precious, wholesome cinnamon bun. Hello, fake AF Michaela. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly, or if there is something that you would like me to call you. But thank you for coming out of lurking. We love you. Amber had to let the dog out. Absolutely fair. I was smart this morning, and actually opened the doors before I started my stream, so I didn't have to do it in the middle of the stream, and Mr. Sage could have a bit of a lie in. He says every single one of the heroes in my stories are tall, dark, and handsome. Some brood, others are dangerous. All of them have a squishy center. We love a squishy center. Cliftina is like Oprah with bays tonight. You are bay, and you are bay. Everybody is bay, and the crowd shits their pants. Abso-frickin-lutely. I love you, Christina. Hearts for Christina. Give me a tall and muscular every time. Need a guy that can pick me up and throw me around on the farm. I mean, listen, if a guy's going to pick me up and throw me around, he's going to have to be hella muscular. So I don't even think that The Rock could pick me up. So that kind of doesn't come into it for me. I just want to be snuggled. Somebody come and snuggle me, please. That was weird. I am trying to find a picture of Tora because, folks, if you are not reading Midnight Poppyland on Webtoon, do yourself a favor. Please go and read it because, holy crap. The art is incredible. The story is so much fun. And yeah. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to image search. Come on. Here we go. Also, seriously, give me a dude with tattoos. I am here for all the ink. Okay, let's do this. Sharing Chrome tab. So this is Tora. Tora is hot as hell. But he is also absolute freaking cinnamon bun. But like, yes. Also, I apparently have a thing for amber eyes because Tora and Joey both. So, yes. Folks, seriously, get on Webtoon and read Midnight Poppyland. Okay, you'll do not need to see me drooling over Tora for the entire stream. With some precious, wholesome cinnamon buns. Yes. There are cowboys I see on dating sites that are thinner than me, and I'm like, how? I mean, yeah. What story? That was Midnight Poppyland. Oh, Cliftina Fur. I promise when this is all over and we're allowed to travel again, as soon as I have money, I am coming to visit you all. That jawline, I know. I know. And yes, soft eyes. And you're schwitzing. I mean, who can blame you? Wow. Okay, so what do we want to chat about now? Because I am about to turn into a beetroot. So I should probably close the tab with Tora and stop schwitzing and Yes. Stuff and things. I don't know what I'm doing. I've completely derailed my own stream. This is a thing. Also, honestly, if I could have Tora's hair, like that would be peak. One day I will be built like Tora. One day. So Amber says, I'll be in Texas then, and you will feel right at home with the weather. I mean, yes, but also no, because I like my temperatures on the cold side. I mean, so Mr. Sage and I were literally talking about this on Thursday. There is an account on Instagram called Cheap Nordic Houses, which is exactly as it sounds. It's property porn, basically. And Mr. Sage and I have been talking about it for a while, that if we were ever to leave South Africa, where would we go? And initially, our plan was to move to the States because, if you don't know, Mr. Sage is half American. He is not a citizen, but he is a passport holder. So the process for him to become a citizen would not be too difficult. And the plan was that we would probably end up somewhere in the on the West Coast, probably Oregon. That was the plan. And that was, yeah, so that was the plan pre-2016. However, given the current political climate, or the political climate as it has been since 2016, combined with the fact that Mr. Sage's medical care is relatively expensive, as he is a post-transplant patient, we've basically written America off. And our second choice is Sweden. So Mr. Sage is working really hard on his game dev and programming, in the hopes that he can find work at somewhere like Paradox. And then we can move to Sweden, because I will be very happy in Sweden. And that's the thing, because I can work from anywhere as long as I've got an internet connection. I can literally do my work anywhere in the world. Anyway, that was a bizarre tangent. I assume that is read as crow. I don't know what RWBY is, but they are Bay, so that is awesome. I'm going to look that up. Thank you, Fake. I'm just going to call you Fake because I don't know what else to call you. So if you would like to be called something other than Fake, let me know. Because calling people Fake feels weird. Your willpower is remarkable and admirable. Good grief, admirable. Teach me your ways, Sensei. If that is to me, I think you've got the wrong end of the stick, because I have literally 0 willpower. And Jace can attest to that. So, which half? This is not a mermaid situation. I hope you're aware of that. Winters are 0 C in Texas usually. I mean, that's fair. I can do that. That sounds good. Basically, the thing is, as soon as temperatures start going above 25 degrees Celsius, I start getting very antsy. Especially if there is also humidity, I get heat sick. I literally had to bounce out of um, my sister-in-law's wedding because of heat sickness. Um, I didn't even get to stay for Mr. Sage's speech. So that sucked. But yeah. I will just say this now. The Pacific Northwest is always a great idea, but the leadership is screwy to say the least. But that can be said for most of the US. Have you looked into Iceland? I've not looked into Iceland. Um, I will definitely put it on the list. The thing is just going to be a case of finding a tech company that has a suitable position for Mr. Sage, and then Mr. Sage actually getting said suitable position. Not a mermaid situation. It took all I had in me not to holler, laugh, and wake my family. I mean, I'm glad I could be of service, Cliftina. Um, in I will answer the question properly. His mother is from America, if that helps at all. I love watching. I'm going to say that's Joanna Yenton, if it's Swedish. It is beautiful, but I could not do the winter snow there as I'm always so cold. My thing is I would always rather be cold than hot. I can always put on another layer of clothing, grab a blanket, drink some hot tea, put a heater on if I have to. But there is a limit to how much I can take off before they arrest me for indecency. And also in South Africa, you can literally be naked with the fan running and still be dying. So I do not want to do that. Thank you. Fake is in the US and it sucks there. I mean, most of my friends and family are in the US, and not gonna lie, I worry for you folks. Especially given that most of my friends are in the queer community. And I very seriously worry. I'm not going to say that South Africa has it all figured out, because we sure as fuck don't. We still have major issues, but I have never once feared for my life on account of being queer. It's not something that I need to worry about. At least not to the same extent. I mean, I'm not out to everyone. I'm not marching down the street wearing rainbows and going, look at me, I'm queer, which is absolutely a valid thing to do. But I mean, that's because I do live in a fairly conservative area, and I was always worried about losing my job, but I've never been worried that somebody is going to attack me for my orientation and gender identity. That went down a really dark route, and I think I need to move away from that. But yes, I'm sorry that it sucks, and I love you all. yes, got to find a way to provide for yourselves before setting up camp. Yes. I mean, we did find one house in Sweden that literally we could sell the house that we have now and buy that one. But I think probably it's probably going to take 5 to 10 years before we can get to Sweden or wherever we end up. It's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. Yeah, absolutely. Being queer was safer before the SJWs got hold of the issue. I don't know if that is true. I think it's potentially more that there was less intermingling between queer communities and non-queer communities. But social media, etc., etc. I don't really want to get into that. I am not an expert. I can only speak to my own experience. And I am fully aware that growing up in the communities that I grew up in the family that I grew up in the country that I grew up in, I have immense privilege. So my experience is not the same as many of my peers, and yeah, so I'm going to put a cork in that subject for now. But thank you for your comment, Key. Cliftina says dying naked is one of my biggest fears, but also like how fun would that be? I have no regrets because I'll be dead and the awkwardness of it all, but like I want to be clothed when I die. I can't say I've given it much thought. Like if you're going on the basis that ghosts are forever clothed in what they were wearing when they died, then being naked when you die would be, yeah. I don't know. But if I die in my sleep, all bets are off. I mean, right? I don't really know. Biggest fears. I don't know. Man. I can't think. And StreamYard, quit with the lag, please. Didn't consider my ghostly garb. That puts a new thought process in place. But how scary would a naked ghost be? I mean, naked ghost sage would be pretty horrifying. So that's a thing. I don't know. This is a really weird conversation, which is not a bad thing, but really weird. Oh, okay. I have um just looked up Crow, and I mean, Crow is bae. Um, Sean told me that coworkers won't talk to him anymore. I don't know who that is, but I'm sorry to hear that. Um, he lives in Seattle. He shouldn't be seeing those kinds of issues. I mean, fair. This should not be a conversation that we are having in 2020. Same with Naked Ghost Cliff Tenifer, but I have a great sense of humor. I mean, yeah. I like to think I have a pretty good sense of humor. This is what happens at almost 2 a.m. in my house. Things get weird. Um, I don't want to be funny, but things are never not weird in the Moonbun house. So I don't know who I'm trying to kid. Um, Also, my tooth gap is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's really annoying. I do not want to get braces. It's really bothering me now. Anyway, yes, stuff and things. What do we want to talk about, folks? Do we want to continue talking, or do we want to end the stream? Let me know. I think that's why I feel safe here. I mean, it's important that you feel safe in your own home. And so when I first met Mr. Sage, I was going through a big Lady Sovereign phase. And I can't play Lady Sovereign because I will get copyright claimed, and I don't want to get copyright claimed, even though I am not monetized. I just would prefer to not get copyright claimed. But Lady Sovereign has a song. And well, she has several songs. She is an artist. But the lyrics are basically, I'm weird, you're weird, let's be mates. And that's the thing. Like, when I met, oh, good grief, when I met Mr. Sage, I had that song playing in my head. And I was like, your weird and my weird work together. And I think that's what love is finding the person whose particular brand of weird works with your particular brand of weird in a way that you can be your particular brand of weird together forever. I think that's what love is. Yeah. The things and the stuff. Can't forget the stuff. I mean, fair. Have I shown you the new merch design? I don't know if I have, because I did a new merch design a little while ago. Oh, I have so much merch to design. Good grief. I am never not doing things. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Good grief. Come on. Cliftina, are you being dirty in my stream? let's do that. So that's my latest merch design, stuff and things, because I am always saying stuff and things. So there we go. My Redbubble store is still currently under construction because I am redoing a lot of the designs I had previously. But stuff and things. There we go. Anyway, can we all agree that Sebastian Michaelis from Black Butler is bae, a man who can kick ass, make tea properly, and irons the sheets? I mean, I've not watched Black Butler, so my only knowledge of Sebastian comes from watching CDog VA videos. But that voice. I am a sucker for a voice. That's kind of why my fanfic is the one that I'm working on is written the way that it is, because a voice can do things. So based on voice alone, yes, Sebastian is 100% bae. 100%, and weird love is the best love. Yeah. Oh damn phrasing. What did I say? You can't just say oh damn phrasing and not tell me what I said. This is why I was so for your veg day. Your hustle is always hustling. I mean, it's true. I kind of had a semi-veg week this week, because my friend has been stuck out of the country basically for the entirety of this global situation. Finally managed to get home a couple of weeks ago, and she came to visit on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, we made plans that we would go for lunch on Friday. And she somehow got her days totally cocked up and arrived here on Thursday. So we chilled with her on Thursday. And then Friday, we went for lunch, which was yesterday. And it was lovely. And what was I going to say? Oh, yes. We maintained social distancing, or as Spence put it the other day, we stayed out of melee range, which honestly, best way of describing that. And it was super fun, and it was super chill, and we basically just ate all the cheese, and Mr. Sage and my friend drank all the wine, and I drank all the apricot cordial because I can't drink during the day. I try not to drink unless it's a Friday or Saturday night. And I have my reasons for that. So I was not drinking, but we were having all the fun and talking all the nonsense. And it was just a really lovely day. And when I came back, I was like, I should probably do some writing, or do some editing, or do some merch designs. And I just thought, no, it's okay. All of that stuff can wait for tomorrow. So it did. And I think maybe that's why I'm looking and feeling a bit more rested today than I usually do at Fanfics and Chill. Excuse me. Because usually when I do Fanfics and Chill, I've been hustling all week and everything's going crazy and things. So Folks, remember that self-care is important, it is productive, and you cannot draw from an empty well. So take the time to recharge your batteries as often as you need to and whenever you can. Also, while I'm at it, let me have an internet parent moment. Folks, remember to stretch and hydrate and back up your work. Hit the like button if you haven't already, because it really helps my channel. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, because that also helps my channel. And if you feel like it, ring the bell icon. I don't know that it actually does anything these days because YouTube is weird as heck. Also, none of this applies to Twitch. But if you are watching on Twitch, please give me a follow. I would really appreciate it. And stuff and things. Stuff and things. Yes, you were being dirty on my stream. Yes. And yes, the merch is very on brand. I am trying to get to a point where my merch is all more on brand. So that's a thing. Also, I really need to do more illustrations, partly because I need to get the illustrations done for the Heart Whispers so I can get the paperback version uploaded. And I would like to do that in this week, because if I can get it in this week, then people could still potentially order paperback copies for Christmas, which would be great. No idea what that is, but I agree. A man who can kick ass, make good tea, and iron the sheets, absolutely dreamy. Yeah. I mean, phrasing for myself with the weird love comment, read it and was like, oh, I mean, I didn't read it that way, but I totally see it now. So phrasing. Yes, it was a lovely day off. And honestly, even before this whole situation, we hardly ever got to hang out because she works out of the country at least half the year. So that kind of sucks. But I was glad that we got to see each other, and catching up with friends is important. Also, folks, remember that if you want something to happen, you have to make it happen. So if you want to see your friends, sit down with them, make a plan, fix a date. Because if you don't do that, you don't get to see them. I mean, I don't know if it's like that for everyone. Maybe if you live in the same city as your friends, but literally all of our friends live at least an hour, if not more, away. So unless we actually sit down and fix a date, we don't get to see each other. It is officially 2 a.m. for Cliftinifer. Bailey will be up in a few hours, going to try to get a few winks in before she comes and yells hi in my face. Christina, that is genius. That is important. I love you. Get some sleep. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last 3 hours. Folks, I think I am also going to call it there then. It is getting to be ridiculous o'clock for people across the pond, and people this side of the pond are probably really only just getting started on their days. So I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I will be back streaming on Twitch and on YouTube on Monday at 5 a.m. South African, which is 3 a.m. British, which would be 10 p.m. Eastern on Sunday night. So if anyone would like to join me, that is when I will be back. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I am also trying to schedule an interview for tomorrow. I don't know if that is going to happen. I am waiting for the interviewer to get back to me. It might only happen next weekend, but that is all very exciting. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me at Moonbunny Creative on Instagram, at Moonbunny Create on Twitter, because Twitter has ridiculous handle restrictions, and website moonbunnycreative.com. If you want to get in touch with me, that is a great way to do it. Thank you so much for the awesome stream and having fun with me while I take my mom time, self-care, silent time. I love you and have a great rest of your day. Cliftinifer, I love you so much. You are one of the most precious and wholesome beings that I know. I love you. And thank you for always being here and being so supportive of me while I stream. Folks, Black lives still matter. Trans rights are still human rights. You are real, you are valid, and you are loved. Stay safe, stay strong, and until next time, happy writing. I'll see you again soon. Bye.